What do you take from yesterday? What did we learn about ourselves yesterday we didn't know?
I think we learned that guys could step up and do the leadership role and take leadership and do it comfortably, and also to turn around after 6 days and to put in a performance. A lot of people are saying how poor Scotland were, and they were, but we made them look poor. The other 3 games they played in the Championship, they played with a lot of ambition, but Ireland looked so much more superior than what was an average Scotland side, but we made them look at with the players that came in stepping up.
All season you've been asking for intensity, line defence, leaders to stand up, organisation, subs to come on, new faces. You got it all yesterday.
Yeah, I think looking back on it again, you've got to reflect on how bad Scotland. I'm not taking away anything from Ireland. What I liked about it is people in the Southern Hemisphere talk about being clinical week in, week out. I think that Ireland were very professional, very clinical. They put the foot down, as Conor said, when they needed to. The problem is in Scottish rugby in a sense. I mean, at times the Scottish team looked like probably a Pro 12 side or whatever. That's not taking away now from what Ireland did, because you're right, they were far more physical. Line speed was good, defence, attack, certain players stood up. But Scotland were poor.
When you look back at it, George, we've had horrible mistakes from referees. There was the incident of the sending off in the first match. There was Pearson in Paris. There was the Bow try yesterday. With a bit of luck, it could be otherwise for this team in this Six Nations, couldn't it?
Yeah, well, I think what we've learned is that this could very easily have been a Grand Slam season. I don't go with the referee in the Welsh game, because I think they would have got a penalty anyway, or they would have got a drop goal. The failure was to allow Wales to come back. So the first thing is, why we defend against Wales and we defend totally different 2 weeks later, I just don't understand. That was the big mistake that cost us there. The big mistake against France was that we did not take a drop goal when it was on the offing. To blame the referee is absolutely wrong. But with the benefit of hindsight, this is not a vintage year in Europe. It's a 4-team championship. Scotland and Italy don't count. So in terms of a 4-team championship, this will be a very soft Grand Slam for Wales.
It's sad to say, but probably over the last decade, you mean, you've got a situation where, as George said, it's probably 4 nations now, or 3 nations some year, because Scotland and Italy seem to be year in, year out, despite putting up good performances the odd occasion, year in, year out. This wooden spoon, I think, for as long as I can remember, has been contested against Scotland, and it's sad to see.
What do you think of that, Conor?
Yeah, they're just the banana skin, those 2 teams at the moment.
They beat someone, they'll get one win away. But
the disappointment I had from a Scottish point of view yesterday, you felt that they were getting somewhere with this team, but that will not... It will improve our confidence because of the people who stepped in and we stepped up. For them, it'll obliterate whatever they were doing.
Talking to a few of the Scots supporters, they were kind of just so browbeaten last night.
But the only concern is, we saw the new boys yesterday and you were mightily pleased, but they were only there because of injuries, and they'll need more new boys for New Zealand.
Well, that was a problem, and I mean, you know, the problem is probably in Ryan in the second row, because we've been saying all season he's starting for Munster. He's been great when he's come on, and yet that was his first start. And what did he do? He responded by they stole 2 of Scotland's lineouts, the only time they've lost lineouts this season, and he got man of the match. So he should have been starting in the first place.
You've been waiting for the Messiah all season. Did you finally get a number 7 yesterday? Or is he a 7 1/4 or a 6 3/8?
Here we go, 6 3/8.
It's really interesting. When Nigel Carr was number 7 for Ireland, we won the Triple Crown, and the following year we got the wooden spoon. And the difference was that Carr tragically had been injured in a bomb, a terrorist attack. That's how important an open set flanker is. What we have had most of our times, apart from Jim McCarthy, Nigel Carr and Fergus Slattery, is makey-uppy 7s. O'Mahony is a makey-uppy 7 in the same way as David Watt.
We're not going to have
the trouble is we focus on what people can't do. What we got yesterday was a bloke, a young guy who we know can really make an impact, and it adds depth to what is already a really good back row. Our biggest issue with an open side is when we play an open side, and we didn't play one yesterday.
But what happens, Conor, what happens when next Thursday at 1 o'clock, Kidney says, my back row is Ferris, Heaslip and O'Brien?
No issues.
It will be. It will be that. That will be
I have no issues with that. But what you've done...
you should have an issue with that. Because
it's our best back row. Peter O'Mahony.
Our best back row. Our best back row played yesterday. Witness the way the team played.
I don't agree.
I don't agree with that.
No,
I don't agree.
Can I move you on? And New Zealand have done this, what, second 5/8 with Sexton moving into 12 and O'Gara 10. Now, we had 20 minutes of yesterday. Did you like that experiment?
Well, but I mean, the point of the experiment is Ronan O'Gara's coming to the twilight of his career. I mean, they're doing it as he talks about make-uppy. It's a fix-up job. You play that type of rugby with France when you want a double kicking game. Ronan O'Gara, you know, he's been brilliant, but he doesn't bring a running game. He brings a great kicking game. We know that. Sexton's a kicking game.
But it's a good place to go after an hour, isn't it?
But you can't keep rolling out Ronan O'Gara year in, year out and saying, now we're going to change, we're going to make him an out half and Sexton an inside centre, we're going to let Darcy go, and that's going to be...
What do you think?
I know
Australia had absolutely no difficulty doing that. No difficulty with Michael Lina.
Yeah.
They played Michael Lina at inside centre and then they played him at fly half. There's absolutely no difficulty with playing... I'm not proposing it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's no difficulty doing it.
I've no issue with it, but I think Declan Kidney, without coming out, he's not going to say it, has nailed his flag. Johnny Sexton is his number 110.
And that's where he's got to stay.
It is brilliant. Yesterday, when we were pulling off Rory Best, when the leadership wasn't there, he was able to stick on a bloke.
So no changes for Twickenham.
Oh, there should be.
Hang on, George, John O'Shea.
The thing that will come in, Sean O'Brien will come back into the side, in my opinion, should, with Peter O'Mahony making another impact from the bench. There won't be
I don't think there'll be any changes. Ryan's justified there. I mean, Connor's still out. I think O'Brien, as European Player of the Year and a fantastic player, deserves to come back in. I think on his merit. I think Conor was right. Peter O'Mahony did himself no harm, and he'd be given a chance in New Zealand to try.
It was terrific to see Tomas O'Leary come back yesterday, by the way.
But he had one game against the team where he's moving forward all the time, George.
Can we just nail this European Player of the Year thing? Can we just nail that? Tony Ward was European Footballer of the Year. Ireland went down to Australia and the selectors took the courageous decision to play Campbell instead of Ward. O'Brien wouldn't be in the top 10 of European Footballer of the Year. Wouldn't be in the top 10.
In the first half last week against France, he was responsible for a lot of the turnover ball until he went off. I think that's right.
We're not shifting George's opinion on it, so...
Why?
No, but I'll tell you who should go, actually. I don't have a problem with O'Brien. Heaslip has now played against 4 number 8s in this championship, and he has been outplayed by every single one of them. Now, he faces Ben Morgan next week, and he's going to get another pay stick. We should look.
I think coaches get the respect of their players by staying loyal, even if they're going to.
We'll stop you there because next Saturday is, in rugby terms, Super Saturday. We, of course, will have the 3 games, Italy and Scotland in the morning, and Wales and France, and then in the evening from Twickenham. On St. Patrick's Day, Ireland against England.